As a Disney fan, I was really looking forward to Elio, and it's now on Disney Plus. And having now watched it, I can confirm that there are a lot of beautiful things about this. I didn't really care for the story, but everything else was great. This was released this year in 2025. It's directed by Madeleine Sharafian, Domishi, and Adrian Molina. It's written by Julia Cho, Mark Hammer, and Mike Jones, and we have a voice cast including Yonas Kibreab as Elio and Zoe Saldaña as Elio's aunt Olga. And we also have Brad Garrett, which I was very excited about, and various others. Solid voice cast, great voice acting, beautiful animation, the usual quality we can expect from Disney Pixar. It is really stunning to look at. And it's not that I don't think the narrative has anything to offer, but I personally didn't love it. Elio is a young boy who has been orphaned and he's living with his aunt, and he's, as one can imagine, not exactly loving life. He's going through some difficult times and he wants to be abducted by aliens. And then it happens. He is abducted by aliens. And we spend most of the film in space with these different aliens, and it's very creative with the different character designs, and it is visually stunning. It is really, really gorgeous, and Elio plays quite an important role as they think he can represent Earth, and he meets some pretty interesting characters, including when he's at this place called the Communiverse, which is just, it is stunning to look at, and he comes up against various characters, including Lord Grigon and his son Glordon. And Glordon is one of the cutest characters I have ever seen. He is absolutely adorable. He is so sweet. And I loved his friendship with Elio. I thought that was really beautiful to see. And there are various problems they have to overcome, and there are opportunities for learning about the characters as they go on these journeys of self-discovery, and Elio has the opportunity to look at things from different perspectives and to learn about himself, of course. And I don't want to say too much about the journey Elio goes on personally, but I certainly think the handling of the character, the emotional aspect, I think there are a lot of great takeaways with Elio as a character, and he's really likable. He is a really likable protagonist. Glordon is absolutely adorable as well. And in general, I just didn't care for the narrative, but I don't really care for sci-fi. I don't really care for space stories. There are exceptions, but in general, it's not something towards which I usually gravitate. So it was never going to fully appeal to me anyway, but there's nothing wrong with the narrative. Everything flows well. The pacing is generally okay. I'd say it was a little slow to get going, but once it did get going, the pacing was not too bad. And we do have some scenes back on Earth as they actually send a clone of Elio to obviously take his place, because people are going to wonder where he is. And I thought that was an interesting enough decision, and I thought that worked quite well. And in general, there's nothing really wrong with this. So the story didn't necessarily appeal to me, but I think there are some great takeaways from the narrative. I think there's some good character development. There are some really fun character designs, and as I said, Glordon is just ridiculously cute. Absolutely adorable. Elio is a likable character. The voice acting is great. Visually, it's stunning. So I didn't love it because the narrative isn't my kind of story, but everything else about it was great, and there's nothing wrong with the narrative. Obviously, if this is your kind of story, you're probably going to have very different expectations. There may be certain things that you're looking for, and I hope it delivers, but I'd love to know what you think in that regard. But honestly, I can't really fault it. I thought Elio was a sweet story, a little slow to begin with, but ultimately the pacing was not too bad, and we have some likable characters, gorgeous animation, some really lovely takeaways with the characters. And I forgot to mention one of my other favourite characters. We also have this liquid supercomputer who's voiced by Shirley Henderson, and it is the most adorable, even more adorable than Glordon, this tiny little supercomputer. It's just the cutest thing ever. And I absolutely love it. I haven't looked at the Elio merchandise, but I imagine they're going to have, in fact, I'm going to have a look. So on the Disney Store's website in the UK, the only search result for Elio is this playset, but I can see other stores, other places selling various different things. There is a liquid supercomputer soft toy, which is the cutest thing ever, and yeah, the soft toys, there's a soft toy of Glordon as well. Just absolutely gorgeous, adorable so cute. The character designs are absolutely brilliant. Voice acting's great. Animation is stunning. The narrative is absolutely fine. Doesn't fully appeal to me as a story, but that's not the fault of the film. And in general, I think Elio is a brilliant experience. And if you've been considering watching it, I'd say it's absolutely worth watching.